Hello and welcome back to ChrisCourse channel plays Far Cry 3. There are two things you'll notice here. One is that it is Friday and this is not a Bioshock Infinite video, and two is that my voice is a little bit hoarse. I need your car. Give me your car. You bastard. But yeah, the reason for this is identical. I have just spent the last 15 to 20 minutes shouting at Bioshock Infinite for being a cheap piece of crap. Basically, for absolutely no reason and out of nowhere. You know, I wanted to nick your car, but apparently it's broken, so I'm going to run. But yeah, for no reason, completely out of the blue, it has developed absolutely indescribable lag. I genuinely don't understand. There is no reason for it. Nothing has changed. It's not maxing my CPU or my graphics cards or my hard drive bandwidth or anything. It was fine up till this point, and now suddenly it's lagging. It's not level dependent. I've tried going back to the beginning and things. I have basically no idea what is going on. And it's annoyed me, so I've given up and I'm doing a Far Cry video today. So that's why we're in this and why my voice is a little bit hoarse. But yeah, today's topic is going to be the 4 fundamental forces of the universe. Basically, all things that we see are governed by 4 fundamental forces. Every single interaction we see is governed by these things, without any exceptions. And we're going to be running through what they are and what they do and that kind of thing. Brief summary of each, effectively. So yes, we're going to start this off with gravity. We're a couple of hundred meters away. But yeah, starting off with gravity, as you know, everyone's familiar with gravity and what it does. Sounds ideal. Nice parking. Italian job worthy. Yeah, everyone's familiar with gravity because obviously it kind of holds us to the planet. But more profound effects than that obviously also holds the solar system together and indeed the majority of the universe together. Oh crap, it's the camp with all the dogs. Oy, this might not be fun. Any other people? Can't see any, doesn't mean there aren't any. Let's try and get up here. But yeah, gravity is the weakest of the forces, by far. It is an Hello. It is an extremely weak force, and that guy just got maimed by something. Awesome. Yeah, it's an extremely weak force, and to demonstrate this, all you really... Oh crap, they're Komodo dragons. All you really need to do is look at a fridge magnet. Basically, a tiny fridge magnet can hold its own against the gravity of our entire planet. And, you know, the planet Earth weighs... What is it? 6 times 10 to the 24 kilograms, if I recall, though I'm doing that from memory, so I might be wrong. You know, it's a lot. Yeah, that's 6 times 10 to the 24 is what? 6,000 billion tons? That gives you some idea of it. And its gravity is completely overpowered by a tiny fridge magnet. So yeah, as I say, extremely weak force, and I think we just won that outpost. Yes, we did. Oh, not a shot. Beautiful job. I love Komodo dragons. But yeah, and they've despawned. How very friendly of them. But it does have infinite range, gravity. By theory, it is an infinitely ranged force, so the gravity of every single body affects the gravity of every other body in the universe, effectively. That would be nice of you. I don't actually need to go and get ammo or anything, do I? Let's just start off again. Thank you, I'm nicking your car. Shut up, bulletin board guy. Oh. I'm going to try and get away without running anyone over now, because there's someone behind me as well. Perfect job. Right. Right, let's go for that camp then, since... Oh, camp murder. I'm not very good at camp murder. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, gravity has infinite range, which is why... In actuality, it does have a limited range, effectively, because it's an inverse square law, which basically means that if you get twice as far away from something, the force is a quarter of what it was. If you get 10 times away, the force is 100th of what it was. 50 times further away, and my maths runs out. It's 2,500 times weaker, I believe. Yes, that's right. But yeah, you know, it goes up really, really very quickly. And we are taking that hang glider. Oh, yes, we are. Which is why there is effectively a limited range to gravity. Obviously, for huge amounts of mass, it can act over vast distances, which is why it holds things like the Sloan Great Wall and galaxies and clusters and that kind of thing together. But for things like the solar system and all that kind of stuff, it has a fairly limited range. There we are. This is not going to end well. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, we're alive. That was refreshing. Not sure how we're getting over to the camp, though. This way? Oh, this can only go really badly wrong. Go! 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 You didn't go far enough. Ah, there's a road. Fine. But yeah, it's a pretty it's a really fundamental force because it holds the entire structure of the universe together. But on day-to-day scales, it's not actually that relevant. Interesting. I'm not going to go through there. I'm going to try and find a way around it. But yeah, it's one everyone's familiar with, so it's a good one to start off with. On the terms of one that's actually much more important to our everyday lives, obviously gravity is important to our everyday lives because it keeps us on the planet and holds the planet together. But in terms of one we actually notice more than gravity, electromagnetism, that's an extremely broad force. That covers everything from your fridge magnets, through to electricity flowing down pipelines, through to being able to see. Because light is, of course, an electromagnetic wave, which means it is governed entirely by the electromagnetic force. And heat as well and things like that, actually. Basically, heat and light and things are all frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. I wish that thing would stop roaring at me, whatever it is. Why do they announce that to everyone? It's very bizarre. Oh, crap, guy up there. Hi. Let's see if we can lure this guy over here. Oh, that's lured both of them. Or neither of them. I can't tell if they're drunk or heading in this direction. No, you don't see me. Okay, good. One of them is coming this way. Oh, crap, they both heard that. That's unfortunate.
It came from over there.
Yes, it did. Come on, guy. Come on. There we are. Oh, the other guy's coming as well. That's unfortunate. But yeah, electromagnetism, as I say, the gauge boson, which means the force-carrying particle, basically, is... Ah, that guy's turned around. The other guy's turned up. They're all Molotovs. I'm really bad with Molotovs. Yeah, the gauge boson, which is the force-carrying particle, is the photon, which is exactly the same as for visible light and microwaves and radio waves. So, pretty much all of our technology is based on electromagnetism. So it's an extremely important force. Let's just try and take that guy out subtly. He's got an RPG, you know. No one saw. Excellent. Yeah, that's a much stronger force than gravity, but it has effectively a shorter range. The actual range is, I think, unlimited like gravity, but because basically there's much less stuff to generate electromagnetic force than there is to generate gravitational force. Okay, yep, that guy's now going over there. Oh, shite. This is going to be difficult taking this out. I'm approaching from a really bad angle as well. What I should do is move. Really. Oh, he's about to go around there, though, which is great. Okay. Just need him to get a bit further around that side. There we go. Over there, please. And then I can just nuke him before those... Hopefully they're not going over there, actually. They appear to be looking in that direction, but no, they aren't. Grand. And pop. No face for you. And neither of them saw. Beautiful. There's one guy over there I could probably take out, but I wonder if I can take that guy out before the other guy turns around. Yeah, we can do that. Oh shit, the other guy noticed. Let's get out of here before that guy turns up. He's not dead. Oh, he is dead. That guy has come over. I went over here. Oh, there's two of them left. I can only see one. That's bad news. And no face for you. Hopefully that's him. Oh shit, there's another guy. Where? Oh, he's up there. Give me the bow. Oh, I think I got them all. There we go. Oh. Yeah, so there's much less stuff that generates electromagnetic force than gravity, because the entire mass of everything effectively generates gravitational force, whereas electromagnetism is a bit more specific, which is why gravity holds everything together in spite of the fact it's a weaker force. Yeah, I'd quite like to loot the body. There we are. But they're both extremely important and fundamental well, they're all very important fundamental forces. They all have very strong roles, but that's, again, one that most people are very familiar with, gravity. Whereas the ones we're about to go on to now are a little bit more obscure. Yeah, the next one is the weak force, or weak interaction, or electroweak. you know, depending on how you want to refer to it. And that's an extremely difficult one to explain, in that there isn't really any real-world interaction we have that can really be attributed to it. From what I recall, the electroweak theory basically mostly deals with some stuff in terms of holding an atom together, but it's more of a minor force in terms of that. That's mostly done by the strong force. Residual effects of the strong force, anyway. And if you talk to me about the bulletin board, I swear I'm going to murder you. But yeah, it's a major thing in beta decay, particularly beta plus decay, I believe, from what I recall. I'm basing this off the A-level physics I did a few years ago, my memory of that. So don't write a thesis on this or anything, but yeah, I believe that's mostly what that is. So it's quite difficult to actually give you a handle on. But basically, it does a bit of stuff to do with radioactive decay and a bit of stuff to do with holding atoms and things together. But is mostly overcome by the other ones, really. It's not as major in the scheme of things. But yeah, the strong force is by far the most interesting one. I briefly discussed that in an earlier episode on something that I can't remember the name of. But the strong force is what holds the quarks together inside the nuclei of all of the atoms in everything, basically. So it's an extraordinarily important and fundamental force. It is basically the driving force of all matter. Because without that, there would effectively be no matter. The entire universe would just be a quark-gluon plasma, and that's, kind of a crappy environment to exist in. Oh, is it this base? Oh, this place is interesting. Okay, let's go up the top, and I think there are tigers around here, so I might get my face eaten off. We will see. Yeah, the strong force is governed by gauge bosons. Oh yeah, quickly going back to the other one, actually. The gauge bosons for the weak interaction are the W and Z boson, I believe, which means nothing to you, and frankly pretty much nothing to me. But I thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, the strong force is mediated by gluons, which are fantastic particles, which basically the force between quarks used these gluons is consistent no matter how far you move them apart. So as you move two quarks apart, you add more and more energy into this bond until eventually there's so much energy into it that it collapses into new matter, effectively. So instead of separating the quarks, you end up with two pairs of quarks instead of your initial one pair of quarks, because two more quarks have just popped out of the vacuum, which is fantastic, and kind of why I love science, because that's just insane. But yeah, it's responsible for holding the quarks together, as I said, inside of the protons and neutrons, and also in large part responsible for holding the protons and neutrons together. Because obviously in a nucleus, the protons should all just, spring apart, effectively, because they're all positively charged. And everything that's positive, two like charges repel, so two positively charged things should repel one another. And the nucleus should just detonate, effectively. The reason it doesn't is because residual large-scale effects of this strong force hold everything together. I haven't tagged one of the heavies, which concerns me. But they can't call for reinforcements, so let's just snipe that guy and hope he falls into the water. And no face. Uh-oh, someone saw. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's the other heavy as well. Oh, shit. Shit, shit, shit. Run! Run! Bigger gun. This is not going to be a stealth takedown. Run, 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 run. Hi. Can we set the Molotov guy on fire a bit so he dies? Thank you. Unfortunately, he still comes for me when he's on fire. Just for a bit, and then he dies. Okay, there we go. Did someone just say I barely felt that? No, I will fight from over here. I will not fight how a man fights when the guys I'm facing have guns that big. I should probably heal. I'm not doing very well here, I have to say. Right, okay, let's just get the LMG out and do this the crude way, shall we? Hi. There we go. There we are. There we go. Oh my, bad time to reload. But yes, while I'm shooting this guy, the strong force, as might be suggested from the name, is really, really strong. I mean, it is so many orders of magnitude stronger than gravity, it's almost pointless to compare the two. It's ridiculously strong. to separate these two particles, it takes, you know, the weight of several family cars hanging off them. And even then, as I say, they don't properly separate. It's an insane, insane, insane quantity of force. But it only acts over ridiculously short distances. We're talking probably hundredths or thousandths of a nanometer. You know, it's pretty much a negligible distance this acts over, but it's, as I say, absurdly strong. And that's the way these forces effectively work. The longer the ranges, the shorter the distance it acts over. They are all really fundamental, and everything can be attributed to them. You know, you think of a force as you push something and it falls over. The governing force behind that one, well, all of them kind of are, but the most obvious one is electromagnetism, because the electrons in all of the atoms in your hand are pushing against the charge from the electrons in the thing you're shoving, and that's what causes it to move. You don't technically get sort of a direct contact, it's a contact between these fields, which is arguably direct contact. That's quite a big argument, frankly. Yeah, I'd say basically every contact between everything, physically speaking, is a contact of a field on a field, rather than the contact of atoms on atoms. So you might as well define contact as contact between fields like that. So yeah, whenever you touch something, it is an electromagnetic repulsion that stops your hand from, shoving right into it and going through it and that kind of thing. Yeah, so radio waves are based on electromagnetism, as is heat, gamma rays, X-rays, visible light, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, everything just boils down to these four forces. It's a wonderfully simple model, and hopefully at some point soon we're going to figure out how to properly integrate gravity with it, because as I say, we haven't quite done that correctly at the moment. We're still working on it and trying to figure out how the bloody hell that works. So yeah, watch this space. I'm sure I'll do something on it when that turns up, because that will be the most significant discovery in modern physics. Looking at you, Higgs boson, to see if you can do anything with that. Obviously, Higgs boson is about imbuing particles with mass rather than gravity, but it is related. So, research in that area will hopefully come along in the next decade, and we'll figure out exactly how all this stuff works. But yeah, I will leave that episode there for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time, and farewell.